You ever wonder how the Amish managed to feed 10 people using just a tiny patch of land? No chemicals, no modern tech, just old world wisdom and quiet discipline. In today's story, we step into that world. A world where every inch of soil matters, where chickens till the garden, and where winter doesn't stop the harvest. This isn't just gardening, it's a survival art. One small land, big vision. They say you need acres to feed a family. But the Amish? They know better. Always have. It's funny how folks overlook what's right in front of them. They think small land means small harvest. But for the Amish, it's not about how big the land is, it's about how deep you know it. They walk that soil daily. They feel it, smell it. Some can even taste the difference in dirt. It's their language. They whisper to it through care, patience, routine. And in return, the soil whispers back, offering more than just crops. It offers sustenance, balance, and maybe even a little grace. They don't rely on loud machines or chemical shortcuts. They use calloused hands, old tools, traditions you can't learn from books. You gotta live it, gotta sweat into the ground year after year, season after season. They don't just grow food, they grow security. Even on the tiniest patch, they manage to pull off what modern farms can't. Feeding 10 mouths? Not a problem when you've been trained by generations of scarcity turned into abundance. 2. Companion planting, nature's secret alliances. There's a story they tell in Amish gardens. Not with words, but with how they plant. Ever heard of the cornbean squash trio? Called the Three Sisters by old native wisdom. Corn stands tall, beans climb her back, squash sprawls at her feet. It's not random, it's sacred strategy. And the Amish know this dance like a hymn. You'll see rows where tomatoes sleep beside basil, carrots near onions, cabbage guarded by dill. It ain't about aesthetics, it's about chemistry. The right plant with the right partner creates harmony, better yield, fewer bugs, stronger soil. They don't just grow plants, they raise communities. One plant supporting another, like neighbors who don't just share fences, but meals. In this way, they turn a single raised bed into a layered feast. One plot, multiple harvests. And when you're feeding 10, every leaf counts, every bite matters. So they plan with precision, but you never know it by the column. That's the beauty of nature when it's respected. It works silently, generously, faithfully. 3. Vertical growing. Sky isn't the limit. Space may be limited, but height? That's free real estate. Amish gardens go upward, not outward. It's smart. Trellises for peas, wire cages for tomatoes, poles rising like cathedral spires with beans dancing upward. Fences double as vine hosts. You'll even spot herbs dangling from wooden racks outside their kitchens. Basil, mint, thyme, hung like lace curtains catching sun. When you can't grow wide, you grow tall. It's a simple idea with massive return. 1 square foot on the ground becomes 4 in the air. And they waste nothing, not a single corner. Every inch has a job. Every inch provides. You step into these gardens and feel like you're walking through a forest of food. Quiet, dense, alive. It's not just gardening, it's architecture. Food architecture. Feeding 10 doesn't need a tractor. It just needs smart angles and old-fashioned grit. 4. Intensive bed gardening. Tightly packed magic. You'll never find bare dirt in an Amish garden. Not a patch. Every spot is growing something or healing for the next round. They don't waste time or space. Raised beds, close rows, smart spacing. They plant tight, but not suffocating. It's like a choir, every voice close but distinct. They plan so that sunlight hits just right, so that no water is wasted. Even the walkways between beds are narrow, sometimes barely enough to pass. Why leave empty space when that space can feed a child or make soup in winter? Most people plant loose and call it comfort. The Amish? They plant precise and call it responsibility. And it works. The yield per foot is wild. And because it's all cared for by hand, no weed dares take root. Their hands are the first and last things the soil sees every day. It's discipline, but it feels like love. Real, daily, dirt under your fingernails kind of love. 5. Cold frames and root cellars. Winter ain't no excuse. Most folks quit gardening when the frost shows up. Not the Amish. That's just another phase in the cycle for them. They got tricks, ancient ones, cold frames, like little glass houses for lettuces and greens. Keep the soil warm even when the air bites. You'll see them covered in snow, glowing softly inside, growing quietly, steadily. And when the harvest does come, it don't all go on the table at once. Nope, into the root cellar it goes. Underground, cool, dark, straw-covered potatoes, jars of green beans, baskets of onions, carrots that still crunch in January. It's like a secret vault of survival. Not flashy, but powerful. When other homes are relying on weekly grocery trips, Amish homes eat from the earth year-round because they planned, stored, respected the rhythm. And that's the thing, they don't see winter as death. They see it as rest, as pause, and they work with it, not against. 6. Soil rotation and compost, feeding the ground first. The Amish don't just plant, they heal. They know soil gets tired, used up, drained, so they rotate crops religiously. Leafy greens 1 year, beans the next, roots after that. It's a rhythm as old as scripture. And in between, they feed the dirt with compost, not the store-bought plastic bag kind. Real compost, made from their scraps, kitchen peels, animal waste, straw, all mixed and turned. Time takes care of the rest. You can smell the life in it, feel it in your hands. The Amish don't see compost as waste. They see it as rebirth. Because they know, if the soil dies, so does everything else. That's the contract. Unspoken, but sacred. So they give back, constantly, before they take. And because of that, their soil stays rich, alive, like a living heartbeat beneath every step. 7. Perennials, quiet giants of the garden. There's a kind of magic in plants that come back on their own, year after year. No coaxing, no digging, just appearing again, stronger, deeper rooted. The Amish love their perennials. Asparagus, rhubarb, berries, elderflowers, herbs tucked into corners. Once planted, they give forever. Some beds are decades old, passed down. You don't replant asparagus every year. It just shows up, like an old friend, reliable. And in small spaces, that reliability matters. Because it saves effort, saves seed, saves time. So, while most people are rushing to start from scratch each spring, the Amish already have breakfast growing. That quiet strategy, it adds up. It means one tiny patch can feed more people than you'd ever guess. With less work, not more. 8. Livestock in the garden, more than meat. A chicken ain't just a source of eggs. To the Amish, she's a worker, a gardener, a fertilizer machine. They rotate chickens through their garden beds. Let them scratch, dig, drop nitrogen-rich waste into the soil. You'll see goats too, small, hardy. They eat weeds, make milk. Their manure, perfectly balanced, feeds future crops. Rabbits and hutches contribute too, droppings that go straight into garden beds without burning plants. Nothing's wasted. The animals work. The garden thanks them. It's all one system, one loop, tight, efficient, and when it's done right, one small homestead becomes a full ecosystem. That's how you feed 10 people, not by separating everything, but by letting it all work together. Harmony, that's the Amish way. 9. Daily ritual, walking with the land. They don't rush. Amish folks take their time in the garden. Early morning, cool air, dew still clinging to the leaves. They walk, they check, no earbuds, no distractions, just observation, listening, feeling. One wilted leaf, they notice. A missing beetle, they notice that too. It's not just gardening, it's communion. That daily ritual makes all the difference. It prevents disasters, catches problems early, builds intimacy. You don't get that with machines or apps. You get that by being present. And that kind of presence, it turns a humble garden into a miracle of productivity. Day by day, plant by plant, step by quiet step. 10. The mindset that changes everything. At the root of it all, it ain't the tools, or the soil, or the seeds. It's the mindset. The Amish see food not as a product, but a responsibility. They don't garden for trends. They do it for family, for survival, for balance. And that mindset shifts everything. It makes them humble, grateful, careful. It teaches patience, teaches faith. And when you walk through their garden, small, tight, alive, you can feel that mindset in the air, in the silence. It's not just about growing enough. It's about growing right. Feeding 10 people in a small space? It's possible, but only if you stop trying to conquer the earth and start listening to it. So next time you think you need more land, more tools, more tech, just remember this: the Amish thrive with less. Not because they're stuck in the past, but because they've mastered what we've forgotten. Simplicity, intention, respect for the land. And that's how they feed 10 for what looks like almost nothing. If you found this inspiring, stick around. Because here at Rustic Plantry, we don't just talk food, we live it. Until next time, grow slow, grow smart, and grow with heart.